score against Seattle, caught them unaware. And just from that game, you would think that they have the opportunity to score and score quickly. So it's anybody's game. I would just think Denver would be a favorite coming in here. Let's see what they got.
Here we go. Ibsen with the ball. There is that man, D'Archeville. He's going to give it out to Williams. He has been electric, Williams. I get the feeling, you know, Kevon Williams, if he just sticks with the game and gets an opportunity, he could be anything. You see there a tough pass from him. He's got to sort of fix that up. Once his skill level reaches a similar height, even half the height of his athleticism, he's going to be a handful. Pinkelman trying to get that arm free and offload. Doesn't go to hands. It's eventually over the sideline, but we'll come back for a knock on there as you see Ben Pinkelman try to get it to his loose forward compatriot in Brendan Shea there. Unfortunately, the pass not sticking, but still, we're deep in Kansas City territory here. Yeah,
you saw Denver come out and just from what I can see, a quality side is going to play their pattern. And they want to stretch it wide. They want to hit the corners, hit the breakdown, bring it back, and really stretch the defense. Did a good job there. Unlike with the turnover, but Kansas City gets the ball here, looking to make something happen.
And that's not a bad option. They kick it down. Ibsen's back there at sweeper, but it's cleared him well and truly. And they've got some speed here in Kendrick Scott streaking down the field. Needs to get across and make the tackle one-on-one. He can't corral Ibsen in. He throws a dummy. Ibsen's still on his feet, still driving those little pistons of him. Look at him go. He's tackled about 30 out from the line. Moves it across now, Pinkelman. Nice pass. Comes out to Al Jabori. He finds Williams. Williams draws him in. Goes to Brendan Shea. The tough open side flanker. He's picked up and dropped on his backside, though. Nice tackle there from Cody Weber.
Cody Weber coming in with the heat, getting him in the touch. Great play. Absolutely wonderful defense from Kansas City Blues. They just got to keep up the pressure. And, you know, the longer that they keep Denver out of the scoreline, I think the better chance they have at winning this matchup.
Oh, 100%. They need to drag this into an absolute dogfight, a war of attrition, and hope that they can come out the other end of it victorious. But you notice the intensity's definitely lifted here in the quarterfinals. But the fatigue on the players, they just don't look fresh, do they? I mean, it's been a very tough day in the sun here, playing 3 games already, as we see Kansas City looking to attack out of their own end with Weber. Brings it back to the right here. They have some numbers, but they decide to pull out through Schwartz. He comes back now. Let's see what they do. There is that man, number 10, Mills.
Whoa.
He's a danger man. Goes on the outside, lets one go. And Scott, he's got him back on the inside if he can find him in support. He can't. Scott hits the ruck. The ball's loose, though. You see Williams there looking around for possession. He can't find it. Still with Kansas City as they move it out to Elder. Looking for some runners. He finds the big man in Moore. Moore, he's on the outside. Moore, he's going to go all the way. Beautiful stuff from the big fella. Dot it down, son. That's a try for Kansas City. And just like the game against Seattle, they jump out of the blocks with the first score here.
Absolutely great stuff from Kansas City Blues. I really enjoyed Edward Mills throwing the ball to himself from the forward runner. But that's what you need to do. If Kansas City's looking to create an upset here against this pretty amazing Denver Barbarians side, they're going to do exactly that. They're going to go wide, side to side, get a breakdown, bring it back in, and make a player miss. Unfortunate there for Brendan Shea not being able to get him down there. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you're on the wing. You have a one-on-one matchup, and the better man, you know, is going to win on that certain occasion.
I mean, you played a lot of wing on the circuit and everything. You see a forward out there. Is it something that you try to relay back into the guys in the middle, that you have an obvious mismatch and you want the ball early?
Absolutely. So when you start with your set piece, you got your wings out to the left, and you push it out there. And what you try to do is on that reverse side, you want to create that matchup on the reverse side. And hopefully you get one of the guys who maybe were too slow to kind of get back in the line out on the wing and create that matchup for the mismatch. I think Kansas City right here, if they have one-on-one matchups, they can be pretty deadly and actually create an upset here.
They certainly can. They get off to a good start. Well contested line out. Brendan Shea goes back and recovers for his team, but we're going to come back for the knock-on from Kansas City and pack a scrum down. Just under 3 minutes left to play in the first half. They're leading 7 points to 0 over the Denver Barbarians. And the Barbos, we know they've got some very potent attacking weapons, but a lot of that comes off the opportunistic play of Maximo D'Archeville playing at fly half there right behind the scrum. Ibsen comes back to D'Archeville. He moves it to his left. There's Al Jabori. Goes out to Williams one-on-one. Let's see what he does. Williams on Scott. 2 amazing athletes here. Williams gets around him. Beats him for all money. Looking back inside. Nice little pass. Al Jabori puts it on the foot. It's a foot race between Weber and Al Jabori. Weber gets back there. He picks it up for Kansas City. Let's see what they can do. It's broken play here. Players scattered all over the field. Weber, he pops it back up now to Schwartz. He moves it out nicely to Elder. He drives the legs up towards halfway. Kansas City with the ball here, and they're going to get a penalty. Playing the ball on the ground with the foot, it looks like there, from Impson. Now they bring it out with Weber. He finds Scott. Looking to draw. Scott goes on the outside. Al-Jabari Scott, can he get there? He's not going to stop him. Kendrick Scott streaks away. He just got beat by Kevon Williams, but now Kendrick Scott shows the kind of athleticism he possesses, and he streaks around for a try, and Kansas City, just like that, jump out to a 12-0 lead.
Kansas City has come to play. Just coming out on fire. I mean, I just feel like the Denver Barbarians are sleeping. You know, they had some fire in the last match, and I don't think they really brought the intensity here. Kansas City wants this matchup. You know, it's quarterfinal rugby. They want the semifinals real bad. I feel like the fire that Denver had in the last matchup against Nyack, they're not bringing it here. We had Maximo kind of getting into it and shaking and getting his team fired up. I think he's got to do the same thing here to wake up the Barbos.
Here we go, Michael Mercer now with the conversion. He made the first one from a much more difficult angle. Comes in, strike looks good, ball comes back around. Looks like the flags are going to go up for this one. No.
Oh, unfair.
Well, from our vantage point, it looked like it had snuck inside the right upright. The touch judge's flag stays down. Credit to him, he's standing right behind the post. He's got a better view than us. That leaves the score at 12-0. Kansas City leaving Denver with just 40 seconds left in this first half. Somewhat of an upset on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen, as Kansas City get things restarted through Edward Mills. Long kick goes out in the full. Yep, we're going to come back to halfway.
That's what you don't want if you're Kansas City. Giving Denver a great attacking platform and halfway and letting Maximo kind of do his work as playmaker and get them on the front foot here.
There's Impson. He goes through. He's a little firecracker, isn't he, Impson? Just a little pocket rocket. He just keeps going. Pinkelman steps into scrum half back to Williams. He moves it across to D'Archeville now. Finds Shea. Nice pass out to Shea to Collins, the big man lurking around on the wing. He steps back inside, comes back to his support. D'Archeville down the blind side. Sneaky little play from D'Archeville. He's slung across the sideline, though, into touch. Beautiful defence there from Walter Elder. And that takes us very close to halftime. We're going to actually pack the... we've got the touch judge having a little chat here. Let's see what he's got to say. Could be a penalty coming. Maybe towards the Barbarians. Interesting to see what it's, if maybe you carried on a little bit too much with the tackle there, or what are your thoughts on that one, Colin? No, we're going to a line-out. I think he just wanted to know if he'd seen his car keys or something, or who's driving the van back to the hotel. How are you getting home tonight?
I just think Maximo there decided to go weak. Adventurous play, but he had a steep backline open up. Set up on the open side. They did well playing structured rugby before as a team. I think they just need to get back to that. I really believe they would have stuck that ball on the open side. They had a great platform ready to really attack a dangerous phase of rugby.
Here we go, Kansas City win the line out. They'll just kick this over the sideline.
Yeah,
great
good
play
decision.
from them.
Good decision.
Very good decision. You're leading 12 points as you're on a quarterfinal. That's a great decision. So far, boil over on our hands here is Kansas City showing that they are no slouches when it comes to seven-a-side rugby, leading the Denver Barbarians 12-0. And Colin Hawley, you know, we really like Denver through the pool play. They're an outstanding side, well-balanced side. They're a little bit flat here. What do you think they need to do in the second half to get the win?
You're seeing Denver. They're playing one phase really well, doing the breakdown, but then they're trying to score the next phase. I would say get back to playing three-phase rugby. Hit the corner, then look for something to open up there. But it seems to me they're trying to force a try too early. You know, we had Kevon Williams on the outside trying to force that pass inside. Just take the ruck down there. You set the ruck. You play on again to the open side. You maintain possession. You tire out Kansas City. And you end up playing the game, getting in a groove that way. Now Kansas City, on the other hand, I think they're thriving in the broken play. I think the more broken the play is, the better they're going to do. You know, the ball on the inside, knocking it around, knocking it back. They got a lot of dangerous runners, and I think they excel in that kind of environment.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned earlier in the broadcast about 50-50 passes having no place in the game, and I kind of get the feeling that you know, the Barbarians are playing that 50-50 style of rugby. Like you said, I think when we saw that big break from Williams, if it was on the circuit at an international level, the player would have pulled out. They would have waited to the support to get to him, pull out, and not tried to force the issue and score that very play. And then I think that's the thing that they're just trying to work on, Barbarians. I agree with you 100%. If they just simplify this, let Maximo D'Archeville do his thing, they'll get back in this game. Kansas City, they love this scrappy affair. They love it. Yeah, they're doing great at it. This is their game.
Yeah, we said they came out early on and played Seattle the first game of the day and came out and scored first, draw first blood. I think they're extremely dangerous with ball in hand, and even with a 12-point lead, let's see if they can hang on to it. The only question is composure. It's another 7 minutes, and if anybody can do it, a team as seasoned and as playing as well as Denver has, they can definitely come back and do this here. But they just got to get on the same page and start playing their rugby.
Yeah, I mean, if Kansas City start trying to defend this lead, that could be the worst thing for them. They need to keep playing rugby for 7 minutes and they'll win this game. As soon as they change their style, that'll play into Denver's hands. Doesn't look like they're going to do that. They're not going to shut up shop just yet. As the try scorer, Gannon Moore, he streaks forward into Denver's half as Elder moves the ball out to the right. There's Michael Mercer again.
Oh.
Nice little kick through from Mercer. He's not going to beat Williams to the ball, though. Williams does well to get back there and find his feet. Good job from Williams. Gets an offload back inside.
Too much there, Dan. Too much. You talked about the 50-50s. He's just got to go down and trust that his support's going to be there.
Yeah, he's going to get the penalty out, but I totally agree with you. That 50-50 stuff is going to hurt them here. Going across field, throwing some dummies to Simpson. He's finally dragged down by Elder in the middle of the field. Could be trouble, could be a turnover. No, Denver does well to recover. Williams now goes back to Pinkelman. He goes for a run. Pinkelman bumps off Mercer, bumps off another man before his head very hard in the tackle from Kendrick Scott out there on the wing. About 39 metres out from the line. Denver Barbarians, the shadows starting to fall over the field here at Starfire Sports Stadium. Now it comes out Shea. Williams one-on-one with Moore. Let's see what he can do. He's going to back himself inside, outside. No, Moore does well. Comes in again. Turnover, Kansas City. And there's trouble. There's Kansas City players everywhere. Comes back inside to Gannon Moore. Oh, a forward pass. It must have been just borderline. The assistant referee is stopped in his tracks. He's read it well. That could have been shut the gate there as Gannon Moore was streaking away for his second try. Geez, he's got an impressive beard on him too, Moore, hasn't he? I've got a little bit of beard envy as I just get started with mine. He's been working at months on that thing. What a specimen.
Lots of power in the beard, but it come back to the play, and actually Kevon Williams is getting subbed off here. He's going to the sideline, maybe a little gassed, you know, throwing a few 50-50 balls, but fresh legs in for Denver. Let's see what they can do with them. They just need to get on the board here quickly.
Yeah, they certainly do. They've just got to maintain possession, start committing numbers in. They've got a great line out to the right here. Let's see what they can do with it. Comes to Pinkelman. He moves it across to Garrity, the big man. Tough pass. Imson does well to drag it in. He needs to stay away from contact there, Imson. Go back to his support. Garrity comes in and helps him out as Pinkelman moves it back to the left through Collins. Goes out now. Kyle hits on the field in the 12 jersey. He straightens up. Oh,
whoa,
bumps off Mercer. Keep the change, Michael Mercer. Have a seat, son. Collins now moves it to Pinkelman. He straightens the attack up. Pinkelman goes back. There's some value there. Pinkelman fends off another one under the sticks. Great individual try by the U20 superstar Ben Pinkelman. He had a little bit of time in camp with the USA side, the 15s this summer. I think it was great for his confidence. He's a pretty quiet-natured guy. I got a chance to sit down and have a chat with him. And on the rugby field, the total opposite, though. What a beast. Beautiful stuff from him.
Dan, I'm feeling right now that Kansas City is letting off the gas a little bit, especially on defense. Their line on defense, they were coming up. They were meeting Denver before. Now they're happy playing a little softer, you know, letting them gain territory. And you just do not want to do that if you're going to maintain this lead. You got to maintain the pressure that you put it on them because it's been successful. You start giving Denver a clear range and free open play here, they're going to make a problem like they are.
Yeah, Logan Collins does well with the tap back to Mike Garrity. Takes on the 22. They've got another chance to put some points on here. This could be huge as the Denver Barbarians have the wind at their sails. D'Archibald goes out to hit. Hit one-on-one. We saw him fend off Mercer beautifully before. He can't get the same love from Cody Weber as he wraps him up. Ibsen now looks back inside. There's no value there. They need to commit some numbers in the Barbarians. Out to the right. There's Pinkelman, the try scorer to Collins. Finds Garrity.
Oh, no.
Oh, Garrity, I don't know where he was passing to. He's got his hands up. He's like, I thought I had one more player outside me. Unfortunately not, as Leland. These two are going to have to get together and have a quick chat and figure this out.
Yeah, some guys can pull off that no-look pass, and, you know, some guys can't. This thing went straight at a touch. Yeah, that's not what you wanted to do there. You've been playing great rugby. You're within their own end. Just make the pass to Hunter. He was on the outside, ready for the ball.
Here we go, line out. Big line out for Kansas City as they bring the ball down. They're still deep in their own end, though. They're looking to attack from underneath their goal post. Goes out to Kendrick Scott. He can't handle it. Referee's going to call it a knock on. And there is the risk of attacking outside of your own red zone. And now Denver Barbarians will have another scrum feed here with a chance to put some points on the board.
Trouble for Kansas City right now. I definitely feel the momentum shift. I definitely feel the intensity decreasing for Kansas City. Denver knocking on the door. They got their tails up. They get a try here. You know, that would even the score line. You know, if they get it somewhere underneath the post, they're up by 2. So Kansas City really needs to do something here to get their momentum back.
Yeah, you know, Kansas City have made some changes, so they do have fresh legs out there. The replacement for the Barbarian, you look at one of the guys there, and Kyle Hitt, they've made more of an impact when they've come on the field. Collins now moves it to the left. Pinkelman drawing pass. Garrity. Now, you take a guy like Mike Garrity and you just tell him, Mike, don't pass the ball, just run,
just
you'll be
run,
fine.
Man. He's an absolute specimen of an athlete. I mean, he's just a big guy. Just have a big moment. Just like that, scoring in the corner for his team, even in the scoreline at 12-12. Denver has battled back like the great team that we've seen them play over the day today. Just being able to band together and keep on pushing towards that goal of winning the game. Tail of 2 halves here, 1:30 left. Kick to come, Maximo. Unable to convert.
Can't make the conversion. The Archibald doesn't matter. There's still 1:20 left to play. They'll have the kickoff here. Logan Collins did a fantastic job in the last kickoff to get possession back for his team. Here's your targets again. Collins and Pinkelman out here. You've also got big Mike Garrity coming through at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And it goes up. Collins goes up for the ball. Kansas City do well to maintain possession. Still, Garrity almost with the tap down. Referee spots a little knock on. That could have been dangerous for Kansas City. We're going to have a scrum probably about 15 metres out from their line. In the shadows here at the stadium, they are camped deep inside their own territory, Kansas City. And like you said, look like they've lost steam and they are not going to be able to get this ball going.
Yeah, I think they're kind of happy to go ahead and play and defend their lead instead of trying to just play the rugby that got them there in the first place. Great pressure from the scrum. Offside's the call. Not what you want if you're Denver. Now Kansas City. A little bit of broken play. You know they excel in that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, Mills, no sweeper back for Denver as Simpson's just starting to get back there now. Cody Weber comes across and finds Kendrick Scott on his outside. He's got some speed, Scott. Versus Kyle Hitt, gets through his tackle, but he's dragged down beautifully, it looks like, by Hunter Leland. Ball comes out, tough pass down at the feet of the Kansas City player. Now they've got the ball. Denver seem to have this well covered, though, in defense. It'd be a one-on-one missed tackle. Pinkelman, he won't let that happen. Beautiful stuff from him. Grassing tackle, drags down his opposite player.
Oh, this is good stuff from Kansas City here. They got the overlap.
Yeah, Cummings there with the ball and the head cap in the 12 jersey, slips across to Weber. He finds Kendrick Scott. Scott running out of room, goes back to Cummings. He flicks it in, big tackle coming up.
Bold move.
Yeah, big move. If you don't make that tackle like Garrity has missed it, now you give the opportunity to Kansas City, who are streaking away through Swartz. Back on the inside. He's going to run this one under the post. Time expired. Kansas City, they had none of the running in the second half. It doesn't matter. Tight ball game. They run it under the post to get the win here. And you see Denver Barbarian players strewn all over the field. Just one little brain explosion in defense has opened it up, and Kansas City will move on to the semifinals.
Hats off to Kansas City coming in. I thought the Denver Barbos were on form right now. They were looking great. They got down to a 12-0 deficit after the first half. Battled their way back. Kansas City showing great composure there at the end. I thought Denver had them covered. A shooter on defense coming out of the line, trying to make a big play. You hit him, it comes off. You're the hero. You miss him. Overlap on the outside. Broken defense. Try-time Kansas City. You're out of the show.
Beautiful stuff there. We're going to step away for a little break. When we get back, the final quarterfinal, Old Blue New York taking on East Palo Alto Razorbacks. Don't go away. We've got more rugby action coming up for you.